Hey,
Hello, everyone.
what's up? This is Zach, and since NHL season starts tomorrow, it's only like 2 games. But he's a Lightning fan. He starts against I think the Penguins tomorrow,
Yep, on ESPN, it's banner night.
and the Krakens.
The
I
Seattle
forgot who they
Kraken
face.
and the
Oh,
Vegas
they face
Golden Knights.
Vegas. My God. But I never got to do my NHL standing because I had homecoming last week and it tired me out. But I have Zach here, big hockey fan,
Yep.
and we're just gonna go division by division. Which one you want to start with first?
We'll go with the West first. So we're gonna go with the Central Division beginning. All right, beginning with the Central. For me, it's a no-brainer who's gonna win that division. Colorado, no question.
Colorado.
In fact, they're gonna be a
even though they lost Philip Grubauer to the Kraken.
They got Darcy Kemper, which is a decent consolation prize to say the least. And Colorado's offense, and they're headlined by one of the best young defensemen in the NHL in Cale Makar. Colorado's just fine. This team, I think, is going to win the President's Trophy. I got Colorado winning the division relatively easily.
Yeah, same. Second, I got Minnesota.
I also have the Minnesota Wild, led by second year, who was a Hart Trophy candidate as well as a rookie. Kirill Kaprizov, man, is unbelievable. He got extended. Minnesota's also got promising young guys around him, especially since Marco Rossi is coming back. Look for Marco Rossi to have a decent rookie season, potentially win the Calder.
Yeah. Third, I have St. Louis.
I also have the St. Louis Blues. This team,
yeah, they acquired.
They got
Pavel
Buchnevich. They have
the Rangers.
The Rangers they have Brandon Saad. They got him from Colorado. They have some pretty good pieces on this team. I overall think St. Louis is going to be back in the playoffs. Jordan Binnington, I think, will bounce back. I think the Blues will finish third in the division.
Yeah, they got the guy from the Rangers. I can't quite remember
Pavel
his name.
Buchnevich.
Yeah, they acquired him. That was a big move. That was clearly the biggest move. But
I wasn't even expecting that trade.
Neither was I. I didn't expect the Rangers to really do much. But
I thought they would be a candidate for Mr. Jack Eichel. We'll get the Buffalo later on.
But when it comes to in the middle division, I don't know if I could be Predators or the Stars.
Either the Predators, Stars, or Jets. Either one of those three.
I picked Stars. I mean, we resigned Heiskanen and we picked up that
of your team. But in my opinion, I'm going to go with Nashville here. I think the Predators are going to be better than they were last year. I still think they're going to get a wild card spot. And I think Nashville finishes fourth in the division, even though I do not like Nashville.
Yeah, I don't like Nashville, but I have them under as. I mean, we picked up Ryan Suter from, veteran from the Wild.
The Wild.
I
have in fifth, I have the Winnipeg Jets, led by one of the best goaltenders in the NHL in Connor Hellebuck. This team, honestly, no Mark Scheifele for the first game of the season with the suspension. They still have other guys like Blake Wheeler. They have who else do they? They have other guys on there.
They have Brendan Dillon now and Nate Schmidt.
Oh, Brandon Dillon and Nate Schmidt, but who's that one D man they have? They also have Kyle Connor, who's pretty good.
Who did I had six? Who did I have six?
In six, I had the Dallas Stars.
I think six I had Winnipeg.
The Dallas Stars, in my opinion, have taken a massive step back, considering where they were a couple of years ago. Went to the Stanley Cup Final and lost to you know who.
Yeah, we lost to your Lightning in 6.
Yep. And
heartbreaking, but it is what it is.
Ever since then, they haven't recovered. Yeah, Tyler Sagan's going to be healthy this year, but we can't count on Tyler Seguin to play 82 games.
Well, we were a playoff. We could have made the playoffs. It's just the Predators were just like one small step ahead of us. Like if they would have lost like one of those last 2 games against the Hurricanes, I guarantee you, then the Stars would have been in the playoffs. But we would have lost to probably Minnesota.
And 7th, I'm going different. I got the Arizona Coyotes.
Yeah, I also have the Coyotes. I don't see much potential in them. I mean, it's Arizona.
Arizona's going full on rebuild. I'm expecting them to be one of the worst teams in the league, even though I don't think they're the worst team in the division, but they'll be one of the worst teams in the league. They're just going full on rebuild now.
Yeah, and last is obvious. I have Chicago.
Last, I have the Chicago Blackhawks. This team,
even though they gotten Marc-Andre Fleury, but he's old.
He is not the same Marc-Andre Fleury as he once was. I don't care that he won the Vezina. He won on pity when he wasn't the best goalie in the league. No way he wasn't. He was. You also have Patrick Kane. Still good, but he is getting old. He is coming off a down year, actually.
They also got Seth Jones as well.
But Seth Jones is coming off the worst season of his career. And then you have this team is honestly, I have no idea where they're going. I think they're the worst team in the division. They're one of the worst teams in the league. Getting Marc-Andre Fleury, I think, was a downgrade because Kevin Lankinen is going to be pretty good in his career in the future. Moving on to Pacific. Oh, this division's bad.
The Pacific. I have Edmonton winning this one.
I have Edmonton, but it will be close. I think
Edmonton's going to win. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
The defending Hart Trophy winner and the guy who I think is going to win.
They got Connor McDavid.
Mr. Connor McDavid. You have 100 points in 56 games. That's ridiculous by him. You also have his line mate, his wingman, Leon Draisaitl. You also have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. They added Zach Hyman to bolster the depth. He did get overpaid, but they bolstered the depth with him. They also brought in Duncan Keith. Yeah, he's getting old, but they already won the trade because Caleb Jones is injured.
That should have been sucked for them, but
second place. We got Vegas.
I have Vegas.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. Vegas and Edmonton are going to be 1 and 2. You can flip-flop them either way, but Vegas and Edmonton are going to be 1 and 2 in the division. I think Edmonton 1, but I think Vegas is going to be 2 because this was really a no-brainer for the top 2 teams.
I think they're going to try and do Nolan Patrick.
Yeah, but, Vegas did get Nolan Patrick, I believe.
Yeah. Third.
Ooh, this division's so bad that you can put any team in third other than the bottom 3 teams.
I really don't know. I don't know if Seattle or even the Canucks.
I have Vancouver in third for this reason.
Hold on.
Elias Pettersson and the Canucks, I think, should bounce back. The roster's pretty good. They just don't know how to use it.
No, they did manage to get Connor Garland as well under 5 years.
They did get Connor Garland, but Arizona's just a mess. This team, I have no idea what Vancouver's doing.
Sup, Kobe?
Alverson? But anyways, I got Vancouver in third. Who you got in third?
That was the question mark. I had Seattle, and then I had Vancouver.
In fourth, I do not have Seattle. I have the Calgary Flames.
You said who? Oh, Calgary.
I think they got younger, and I think they're going to be better this year. They had a million injuries, and I believe they got younger, and I'm looking at Jakob Markstrom to have a bounce-back season for the Calgary Flames. I think Flames get in the playoffs as the
Well, they did snag Nikita Zadorov as well. He was a great defenseman.
Yeah. And in fifth, here's where I got Seattle.
Oh, all right. All I know, goalie Philip Grubauer is over there now.
He's not that good, though. That's the thing. And you got their roster is very average, but you guys better over in Seattle better take care of my boy Yanni Gord.
Oh, I forgot they signed Jaden Schwartz as undrafted. Jaden Schwartz.
They drafted Jaden Schwartz.
Yeah.
They took him from St. Louis.
I don't.
6. Any California team, but I got San Jose.
I have the Kings and then San Jose.
San Jose, and San Jose is just rebuilding. Nothing much needs to be said. And there was drama. Evander Kane. The Evander Kane situation. There was drama going on over there.
Well, the Sharks they acquired Nick Bonino, but
he's not good.
he's not anything special.
7th, I have the Anaheim Ducks. They're just going in a full-on rebuild mode. They're toast.
Yeah, I don't see anything special.
This is a no-brainer. And then last, I have the LA Kings. No Quentin Byfield for the beginning of the season. That's going to hurt them. Their scoring is not very good. Their goaltending is average. Their defense is only getting older. When are they going to trade Drew Doughty?
No idea.
Moving on to the Eastern Conference. I know you have Anaheim in last.
Yeah, Anaheim was in last, in my opinion.
And let's start off with the Metropolitan Division.
This division's kind of tricky.
This division's actually going to be decent. In first place, in my opinion, I have the Philadelphia Flyers, and here's why. It's the other year. They always show up on odd years, but on even years, they are absolutely terrible. They're one of those teams. Knowing the pattern, Flyers are going to win that division and look very good this season.
I heard they trade for Ryan Ellis as well.
Oh, they did. They got the defense was a big problem for the Flyers, and they improved it.
And my first, this is weird, but I have Washington.
I don't know about that. They're getting older. I'm not high on the Capitals this year because of how old they're getting. Second place, in my mind, Carolina Hurricanes.
Who did I have second?
I
also have Carolina.
They did lose Nedeljkovic, but the team around him was still pretty promising. And I genuinely believe that this Carolina team is going to be pretty good this season, and I'm very high on them. And my third. This is a surprise. I have the New York Rangers in third.
I disagree on that. I put Islanders over them.
My reasoning for the Rangers is I think the Rangers improved enough this offseason. We really losing Buchnevich, but they're going to get Panarin back. They're going to have Mika Zibanejad. They're going to have Adam Fox, who won the North. Igor Shesterkin, who's going to have a big season. Rangers, in my opinion, are going to be much better this year than people say they are. Fourth place, them grabbed in one of the wild card spots in the East. I have the New York Islanders. Here's my reason. The Islanders, while they're a good team, that's only in the playoffs. In the regular season, they're very average and they're very suspect. They'll find a way to make the playoffs because this is Barry Trotz. I genuinely believe that the Islanders are going to have a wild card season and just get in the finish and just go off in the playoffs again like they normally do.
Yeah, that was the spot where I put the Rangers. I think the New York teams is going to be third and fourth. And then fifth, I put Boston.
Boston's in the Atlantic.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Great.
In fifth, I have the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's who I meant. That's who I meant. Pittsburgh. My God.
The year, it's going to be rough. They won't have Evgeny Malkin or Sidney Crosby. And then they have to open up with you-know-who. We'll get to them. This Penguins team is going to have a rough year. They're only getting older. They need to really find an identity. And the Pens, honestly, I think can have a very rough season this year.
Mm-hmm. This is where I had Philadelphia next.
I had the Washington Capitals over here. This team is only getting older, and in my opinion, they're starting to get a bit worse. Well, I have no hate for the Capitals, and just saying, I genuinely believe this team is only going to get worse, and they're getting older and they're getting slower. This team, if they're going to be a contender, they'd have everyone has to drink from the fountain of youth, and they would win 60 games.
Yeah, and then 7, I have Columbus.
I also have the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Jackets, while they're not a good hockey team, I think are going to this year. They're not going to be last place in the division again.
They're really high on Jake Bean.
Jake Bean, I think would be solid. Actually, I think Seattle has him. Well, traded him.
No, he's still on Columbus.
Oh, he got traded to Columbus. Okay. Columbus, I think will have to be better this year, but I'm gonna say, they fit in 7th and last. This is a no-brainer. New Jersey Devils.
It's New Jersey. New Jersey has not been good for a while.
They did get Dougie Hamilton. I think they did. They improved a little bit, but they're not gonna be. They're just not. They're just not gonna be pretending.
Stop.
Anyways, last but not least, the Atlantic Division. Let's start from last place in this division.
Last place, we're not even gonna talk. It's easily Buffalo.
Sabres.
It's easily Buffalo.
The biggest dumpster fire in all of sports. The worst team in the NHL. Jack Eichel will not play a game this year. He has made it clear, if I am not traded before the season begins, I am sitting out. Sabres did not trade him. Nobody wants to take on Jack Eichel. There's too much drama going on between the Sabres and Eichel. It's just a mess. They're the worst team in the league, and this honestly could be the worst team I ever see.
Yeah, and 7th, I had Detroit.
I also have Detroit. Detroit, while they're bad, they're better than Buffalo.
Yeah, Dylan Larkin's pretty good.
Jakob Vrana, even though he is going to be out for a good part of the season.
Oh, wow.
But the Red Wings, honestly, their future's looking bright, but again, the Red Wings are just not very good. So, moving on. 6th place, I have the Ottawa Senators.
I also have Ottawa.
While the Senators, they're a bad hockey team, they are certainly improving a bit, but they're still bad. They're not horrible like they were like 2 years ago when they were the worst team in the league. Ottawa, honestly, they're not that good. They're not that good of a hockey team. I think they'll be 6th, but they are showing promise. Their future is looking really good.
Yeah, what's that guy named Drake Bartherson?
Brady Tkachuk, Drake Bafferson. This team, I don't know what they're doing, but they'll be better than they were the last few years. Moving on.
In the middle, I have the Habs.
I have the Boston Bruins.
Oh.
Here's why. They lost David Krejci. We don't know if Tuukka Rask signed or not. He didn't. He's still a free agent. I don't know why Boston hasn't brought him back. I'm genuinely surprised Boston didn't bring him back.
They did get Taylor Hall. They did
get Taylor Hall extended, but that was an overpay, if anything. I think, honestly, if you look at it, Boston got worse. I think they're going to suffer a major setback this year. They won't be bad, but they'll be worse than they were years past.
And fourth, I had, that's where I had Boston.
And
here's
why I had
you
Montreal.
I don't think Carey Price is playing though, because he hurt.
Is out for personal reasons. There's also something like this. You also understand, and I still think Montreal is improving. They did lose Corey Perry. They have Cole Caulfield. They have Nick Suzuki. Caulfield's going to win the Calder. Jake Allen is a pretty good backup. Horrible starter, but a good backup. You also have guys like
Petrie.
Jeff Petrie. You have Alexander Romanov. The Habs, I think, are going to be sneaky this year. I originally had them in third, but after hearing what happened to Carey Price, that's not going to happen.
Third, I have Florida.
I don't know about that. I have the Toronto Maple Leafs. Because the Leafs, their defense is still horrible.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Lost an important depth piece in Zach Hyman.
Oh yeah,
they did lose Hyman.
And the Florida Panthers, they did acquire Sam Reinhart, but
Sam Reinhart from the Buffalo Sabres. Of course, it was the Sabres. In second place, I have the Panthers. And this team, honestly, I think is going to be much, much better than they were last year. Now they're not going to win the Stanley Cup. There's no way they win the Stanley Cup. It's possible though, but I don't think it's going to happen.
And last but not least,
first place,
your
this is a no-brainer.
No-brainer. Your Lightning getting, Zach Bogelson,
the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Zach, you got so many pieces. Zach Bogelson, and you guys got the best.
We got Bogosian,
best goalie, Andrew Vasilevsky. You guys got Corey Perry.
Corey Perry from the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah. What's the other guy name? I can't remember his name. He was your left wing.
Nikita Kucherov.
Yeah, that's his name, Kucherov.
We also have Stamkos. It's scary that he's not even on our top line. He's on our second line.
Wow.
This is the deepest team in the league. And on paper, it's the best team in the league. And we brought in a better backup goalie in Brian Elliott. We already talked about Colorado. We have them winning the
you guys are gonna win our division, even though you lost Gabriel Landeskog, but I still think
Landeskog. They didn't lose Landeskog.
Oh, my bad. I thought they were gonna lose him. God, I do not pay.
Yeah.
They almost lost them, actually.
We did lose Tyler Johnson, but that is a salary cap move. And moving on, and I feel like we could do playoffs, so I'm gonna do my playoffs. Colorado, I have the President's Trophy. I have Nashville at the second wild card. Avs in 4, no-brainer. And in the first round, you have the Minnesota Wild and the St. Louis Blues. This series can go either way. I'm going to go with Minnesota to knock off St. Louis. I hope I'm wrong, but I think Minnesota's going to win this series. This Minnesota team is just... I don't think St. Louis will be able to keep up with them. Then we got... Then in my Pacific Division, we have the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames. Edmonton in 4, they own Calgary. That's a no-brainer. And I have Vegas over Vancouver in 6. Over to the East, the Philadelphia Flyers and the New York Islanders. The New York Islanders get Pennsylvania again. They knock off the Flyers in 6 games. The Islanders catch heat in the playoffs. They always do. And then I have, what's my 2 free matchup? Oh, I have Carolina and the Rangers. I have Carolina winning in 6. And now in the Atlantic, Tampa Bay versus the second wild card. I have the Montreal Canadiens. I have a Stanley Cup rematch in round 1. Yes, round 1 Stanley Cup rematch. Tampa Bay wins it in 5 games again.
Yeah, I don't think the Habs are going to
in the playoffs. He's playing Tampa. And Florida and Toronto, a battle of 2 teams that cannot get out of round 1.
Yeah, Toronto really had the Habs last year, but they really should.
Toronto is cursed, so Florida in 7.
Yeah, Florida, they didn't do too bad last year. Who did they lose against in the first round? I don't know if it was Carolina or what. Oh,
They lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round in 6 games. Moving on, in round 2, President's Trophy curse. Minnesota upsets the Avs in 7 games.
Wow, you really think Minnesota will beat the Avs?
It's simple. President's Trophy's a jinx, and the Avs choke in the second round.
Hold on a second. Let's see.
Up. You have an update in fantasy. Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Let's go! Yes, sir. I got Mysterio now in just one play.
Anyways, then I have the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. I think Vegas is gonna fall here. Give me the Oilers in 6, and it's Oilers and Wild in the Western Conference Finals. Round 2, Tampa Bay and Florida. Tampa does not lose in round 2. Lightning in 5.
I have Tampa. I'd say Tampa in 6 in that case. I feel like Florida's gonna give a bigger fight.
Second round, Tampa is dangerous. And the Islanders and the Canes, as I said, the Islanders catch heat in the playoffs. I think the Islanders will go to the conference finals again and face Tampa again. When's the last time we heard that? And moving on, we have in terms of the third round in the West, I have the Minnesota Wild, the Edmonton Oilers. I think the Oilers are going to blow it. Give me the Wild to go to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in franchise history.
Wow.
And in terms of the East, between the New York Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning, again, I don't think the Islanders are ready enough, especially since one Anders Lee may still be injured. And if he's injured entering the playoffs, then the Islanders are toast against Tampa. The Islanders really need a guy like Anders Lee. They need to score against Tampa. You need to have a good enough offense to keep up with Tampa. I don't think the Islanders have that yet. So I have Tampa going to the finals again. And in the Stanley Cup final, the Minnesota Wild and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I would love a three-peat, but I think Minnesota is going to stop that quest for a three-peat from happening because three-peats are really rare in today's NHL. The Stanley Cup champions I have being the Minnesota Wild. Your Conn Smythe winner I have being Cam Talbot, the goaltender.
I think it would be... Well, that's what a lot of people were saying last year, but...
Everyone said that last year, but...
But nope. Philip Grubauer fucked you up.
Grubauer choked.
God, that game was terrible. Like, 2 straight goals in less than a minute. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and that's all I got for this predictions. Tomorrow begins the NHL season between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. It is banner night. The Penguins are without Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin.
And Sidney Crosby's pretty much their player.
He's their best player.
That's a big loss for him, so... Yeah, I see the Lightning would win that game, and then I think Vegas was...
Seattle.
Vegas.
That's a no-brainer.
It's Vegas. I don't see Seattle. I don't know what they are yet.
Vegas is going to kill them.
I don't know. I don't care if they lost Marc-Andre Fleury. I don't know how he won that award last year over Vasilevsky. But it's Vegas. Unless Seattle surprise people, which I doubt. And then tomorrow, that's when a bunch of the mainly I say somewhat good games come on Wednesday.
Wednesday, the Avs are going to beat down the Hawks. And then
yeah,
Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers.
I have Rangers, I guess, and then upset.
Too.
Edmonton and Vancouver. I got Edmonton.
Edmonton easy.
Jets and Ducks.
Jets.
That's tricky.
Connor Hellebuck. Connor Hellebuck is another really good goalie.
Yes, go Jets. But then it's gonna be pretty much biggest rivalry in Canada. You know, Habs and
Maple Leafs
Leafs.
and the
I got
Montreal
Leafs. I
Canadiens. I got Toronto.
got Leafs.
I got Toronto too. If Carey Price is playing, I'd take Montreal.
I don't think Carey Price is playing. I don't think they're gonna bring him back in
No,
time.
he's out due to personal reasons.
I know, but I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna play or not,
They already
depending on.
confirmed he's out.
So, there's your answer, John Tavares. Some people. Oh my bad, wrong guy. Hold on. My God.
Tavares is coming off a concussion.
Yeah, but people are calling him kind of overrated. Would you agree with it?
That is all I have to say. So I'm gonna be heading on out. Plus, I'm doing a fantasy hockey draft on my own. I'm just gonna do 2 fantasy hockey leagues this year, like I did last year. So,
Well, we'll see you guys later. That's all we got. Peace out. Go Stars.
peace out. Go Bolts. Run it back.